What you've got to understand is that avoidance of sunlight is as detrimental to your health as smoking is. I'll say that again. Avoidance of sunlight and daylight is as detrimental to your health as smoking is. Now, that might sound like hyperbole to some people, might sound a tad over the top, but it's not. Once you understand the fundamental value of sunlight and daylight to your overall health, you will make massive changes. And you're probably thinking of those commercials, those adverts, etc., that are saying being out in the sun is bad, being out in the sun will cause cancer. Now, it's not an untrue statement that being out in the sun will cause cancer. But what they don't tell you, and what they've actually just twisted around, is the only increase in cancers are specific types of cancer, like the skin cancers, etc., etc. And what they also don't tell you is that part of that increase in cancer rate is because what the sunlight and daylight do is that they increase the longevity of that person. So they increase the lifespan of that person. And as we get older, the chances of us developing cancer actually increase. So that's where the increase of cancer comes from. Not the sunlight in and by itself. It's the sunlight prolonging the life or the lifespan of that person. And therefore, the longer the life, the more chance there are of developing a cancer of some sort. There are also other studies that show the type of cancers that it marginally increases are the type that we can best recover from, have the best rates with, and it massively decreases other cancers. So again, there are huge benefits to getting enough sunlight, enough daylight in our livelihood. And what you need to understand is the risk isn't being in the sun, the risk is avoiding the sun. There's one paper that I'll link to below that looked at women over, I think, 20 years, and they found that the higher the sunlight and daylight that a woman got, or the higher the daylight exposure, the sunlight exposure that a woman got, the lower the all-cause mortality was. So we're not just talking about cancers here. We're not just talking about lower cancer rates. We're talking about lower all-cause mortality. So dying from anything, basically. Dying from any preventable disease. So I'll just say that again. The more sunlight exposure these women got over a 20-year period, the lower the all-cause mortality was. And I'll go back to the thing that I said at the beginning of the video. Sunlight, daylight, is fundamental to our health. Avoidance of sunlight, daylight has the same negative impacts, if not worse, than smoking. So next time you are concerned about daylight, sunlight, etc., think about, actually, am I concerned? What I should be concerned is, am I getting enough sunlight and daylight? Now, is this me saying to you, go out and burn yourself the next time it's sunny? No, don't be an idiot. All right. If you are someone that spends 99% of the year in long sleeve tops, trousers, socks, with a hat on, sunglasses on, expecting your body to be able to deal with sun for 8 hours on the first day you go on holiday is idiotic. What I'm suggesting actually is that you build effectively a skin callus, a sun callus. All right, is that you get a little bit of sun, a little bit of sun every day, and you start to build it up. Be sensible with it, and actually start to reap the rewards. Because so many people now, because our society is developed as a society that stays indoors, business is done indoors, work is done indoors, our social lives indoors most of the time. Of course, it makes sense for us to say that the outdoors are scared, or outdoor is scary. The sun is scary. But it's not. And what we've got to understand is that we need to be outside more for our own benefits. Not just the physical benefit that I've already said, but actually the psychological benefit as well. And once we as a society understand that outside is good, being outside is good and we need it, then we will start to see humongous benefits. Now, of course, if you live in the northern latitudes or very far southern latitudes, getting your skin exposed to sunlight, daylight, etc. in winter, autumn time, winter time, springtime even. As I said, it was snowing here a second ago, and it's May. Might be difficult, but then we can actually add certain wavelengths of light into your diet or into your lifestyle if you need it, if you want it. And I would always recommend that if you need it or want it. But when it comes to summertime, don't be an idiot and go out and spend 8 hours in that first day and then go, oh, I'm burnt. Be sensible. Build up your skin's tolerance of it, but actually start to appreciate the daylight, the sunlight. Expose some skin, but don't be an idiot about it. And if you need any other wavelengths, if you need the infrared, if you need the red, if you need other bits of UV, then actually look into that, research it, and see, right, could this benefit me? Because on some people, yes, it bloody well can. With the infrared and red, pretty much everybody could benefit from more infrared and red. So, do your research. Don't be scared of the sun. Be scared of the fact that you're not getting enough sun or enough daylight. That's what you should be scared of, if anything. There's no reason to be scared of it, but that if you're going to be scared of one or the other, be scared of not getting enough. Because the benefits of being out and getting daylight, getting sunlight, far outweigh the risks. But as always, do your own research. Look up your own stuff. Have a great day.